Okay, so let me start. Good evening. So, ladies and gentlemen, and this is Patrick Lee, Dr. Lee, and from the School of Arts and Social Sciences. Then also we call the SOLmate. Basically, it's a school of open learning. That we call mates. That means like we are kind of like a close work closely. I mean, with the School of Open Learning. I work at the School of Arts and Social Sciences, and I'm the distant learning program leader of the humanity language and translation. All right, basically we have the bachelor degree honors in language and translation. Now, so very welcome to join us because this is evening. So I know that some of you still like take some times here listening to my talk. So basically I try to make my talk useful. But of course, this is around like 1 hour. Probably we may not use up 1 hour, and then we just use up like maybe some, and then we let the floor open to you because I make the presentation language, I mean, which is in English. The reason is because we got some students who cannot understand Cantonese. But I'm not sure, for example, here, whether all of you can understand Cantonese. So my point is, even I finished my talk, it mainly presented in English, but maybe during the Q&A, if you feel comfortable, of course, you can use English. But if you want to talk to me or maybe type your inquiry on the chat box, definitely you're welcome. You can raise a question in Cantonese if you want. All right. Now, so basically, you see that the topic here is called documenting sources in academic writing. So it's academic writing is very different from like a business writing. So that means we have some guidelines. For example, like when you cite someone's work, and then you cannot simply just copy someone's work. So we have to follow the format. So that's why in academic, actually, in other words, that means it's about the college and university. So that's why, our university, HKMU, definitely, require students to follow some academic style when we cite someone's work, all right? Then, of course, I try to make it more simple. Of course, there's many, many styles, so that's why today's talk here is mainly on the APA. APA is a one writing style, particularly, for the different discipline, including like humanity, economics, psychology, languages, etc. But of course, there's other style. I mean, you may have heard about it. For example, we have the MLA. We also have the Chicago, we have the Harvard, etc. But it doesn't matter. Maybe, what you want to know may not exactly APA, but just make this one as a reference here, all right? Because, if you follow the idea about how to prepare your academic writing, following the APA, but what if you need to use Chicago, what you need to use the MLA, for example? I think the idea, the same apply, just the way that we put it into your work, I mean, differently, okay? So I will make it more clear to you. So if you think you cannot follow, of course, you can just, like type on your chat box, maybe I have to slow down a bit. But of course, today's talk here is not make everything in details because it's not possible. All right. For example, like whether we need the full stop, we need like a italics, in some form, then you have to refer to our guideline rather than, you have to remember the exact style. All right. But at least I can find the way, but through the different means. Okay, so that's why I will introduce some useful link. For example, our HKMU library citation website, and then for the student who can easily find, how to make the referencing. Okay, all right. So bear with me. So this is my name, Patrick. So you simply call me Patrick, which is fine. Now as I said, right, I mainly focus on to start with, to explain the concept of the plagiarism, all right, and also discuss how to handle in-text and text-end, all right? So basically there are two things, but they have to go hand in hand, all right? Now, here we go. Now, basically, the talk here to start with is the why that is important, all right? Because, if you and I don't care, we don't need to know. But what if this is important and why? I think we all know because you are now university student, all right? And then you are now, for example, you have enrolled into a course like a degree or undergraduate or even like a higher degree level, all right? Maybe in the future, maybe you pursue your degree in the master level, even PhD level. All right. Now, maybe up to now here, what your concern is to how to write a academic essay or writing. Okay. Now, so why do we need to do it? Of course, when you prepare an academic writing, the students, you are expected to use some ideas from different sources to support the argument. All right. In your writing. Now, to you studying in the university here, the most of the work here it require you with the some sound evidence or a bit more like evidence to support your ideas. All right, it's a very different from a personal opinion. So that always I talk to my undergraduate, even master degree students, I would say, hey, you know what, I'm not asking about your own opinion. All right, of course, unless you know what, we talk about the personal reflection journal. All right, this is another kind of work. I mean, but most of the work required by the university is, for example, writing something to or discuss, you know, on some particular topic, then that means we don't need your personal opinion. For example, you say, oh, I feel, you know, I feel this is what, and I think this is a what, or this is my personal opinion. In academic writing here, that's very personal. That's not what we want. But what we need is, of course, your ideas, all right, or the arguments you propose, however, with the sound reasoning or evidence. In other words, you know, we have to get some data, all right? So that means, for example, you read a book and then you know, hey, someone, you know, introduced this idea, maybe, you know, referring to it like a framework, and then you like the framework, and then you say, hey, you know, I'm now going to discuss, you know, with reference to this framework proposed by somebody, or maybe even you get some evidence, for example, from the Hong Kong government census, all right? For example, we talk about, hey, now in Hong Kong, everywhere is aging. So that's why, you know, how's aging situation is, we don't know. However, if you look at the population census, for example, like 2021, and then we got the data, or 2000 some year, and then we say, hey, according to the government, the number of the, for example, the people in Hong Kong age 60 above is, all right, for example. That means it's not from our personal reflection or opinion. It's based on something. Could be from a book, from newspaper, from website, or from like a journal articles. All right. So that's why the idea you take from those resources are not actually your own. So that means, you know what, you need to what we call document. All right. So we make the document here to be a verb. So document in general is a noun, but now we say you need to document it, right? That means tell people, you know, where it comes from. Okay. If you simply copy it and put it into your work without doing the core citation here, then the readers just read your work. However, you know what, you didn't, all right, stay where they are from. So people would think that would be your work. So that means we call it like a stealing someone's idea. Now, in the academic world, that is a very important issue because you cannot say, oh, I don't know, you know, how to do it, or I forgot, you know, that's not the reason. All right. Even in a very senior academic faculty position, you know, in the past or even in recent years, at Hong Kong U, CTU, some scholars, you know, it didn't cite the references properly. All right. And then people accuse them of what? Of the called plagiarism. All right. Plagiarism, in other words, that means what? You didn't do the proper citation. All right. Now, so what is a plagiarism? I mean, here, the practice of taking someone's work or ideas, okay, and passing them off as one's own. That means you use it as your own work. Now, of course, this is an idea, but I think these ideas are very important, should be embedded into you. Because whenever you cite, whenever you read something, all right, you find, oh, that's a very good point. So you want to use it, the definition here, or maybe the argument here, or they explain, you know, this idea in a very, very well-structured way, you like it. Then you use it, that would be okay. But if you use it in your work without using the citation here, that means you're stealing someone's work, someone's idea. That's what we call plagiarism. All right. Now, of course, that's wrong. All right. That means, you know, people accuse you of stealing someone's idea. All right. Now, by the way, I think I make it kind of a short in terms of the definition here. Plagiarism is wrong. And then that's why you need to give the citation. All right. And that's why we need to follow the format.